Hello, everybody. It's Barry Johnson. This is Studio Talk. Oh, you got a song you want me to mix for you? Oh, a lot of the tracks sound like crap, huh? That what you think? Don't worry about it. I never pay attention to that. I just fix it in the mix. Let's get to it. Man. You know, I can't wait to get my hands on that session. Man, that bass sounds flubby, man. Just all over the place. Man, did you hear that vocal? Man, that gain, they must not have turned up that gain on that mic preamp. Seems to be a lot of stuff underneath that thing. Don't worry, man. I'll carve all that out. I'll put me a little air on top of that. Put me a little, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a little 8K bump. Christmas. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's going to need. I can do that. No problem. I'm the guy for your job. You know what? Oh, that guitar sounds like mud. Shouldn't a bass sound more like that than a guitar? And I don't want a bass sound like that either. But don't worry about it. I can fix it in the mix. I can fix anything in the mix. I can polish a turd. I can put lipstick on that pig. I got them all over the place. I'm your guy. Don't worry about it. Right. You do that too much. I've done that in the past. I hate to break it to you. Want a great mix? Start with a great recording. Okay? This fix it in the mix crap is a bunch of load of garbage. There is no fixing it in the mix. And if you ever allow yourself to think like that, you are building a house of cards. You are kidding yourself. You are telling yourself everything you want to hear, and you're full of it. And I was too when I looked at it like that. Now, thankfully for me, my days of looking at it like that were a long time ago. They're not today because I've learned my lesson. I've got burnt, okay? I've had things that I thought were great and then realized, daggone it, that sucks, okay? Here's the deal. Re-record it. Re-record it. Now, most of you out there are like me. You're not producing stuff for, you don't have a long list of clients outside the door waiting to pay the check for you to produce the work. Most of you are doing your own stuff. You're doing your own stuff, okay? You're recording your own band. You're doing this. I've got a friend of mine. He's a dear friend, okay? A brother. No joke, a brother. He and I have been playing music together since we were 15 years old. I'm 57, okay? We both grew up in Kentucky and we both live here in Central Florida. And the reason we ended up in Central Florida is because of music and each other. Okay. Now things have changed since all that happened, but still, and he's a good friend. I see him every day and I love him to death. Okay. He's a polished turd, the guy. He just wants to get it done. He doesn't really care about the quality, right? But he's making decisions for his band. And I got to the point I said, hey man, I love you to death, brother. But I am not going to give you something that does not represent who I am and my personal feelings about my skill set, my talent, and my art. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. Either we're going to do this right or we're not going to do it at all. I simply will not settle. Okay. I know you want me as your friend to do this for you. And I love you. And I would die for you. No joke. I'd die for this man. Okay. But I'm not going to put a turd out there. I'm not going to put an ugly pig out there knowing that I can put something that's really great. Maybe it's not flawless, not perfect, but I can do a really good job. Okay. But I've got to start with something. Okay. If I'm going to paint a painting, right? I want to start with a nice clean canvas. I don't want to start with a canvas that's been wiped down and wiped off. Even though different colors are going on it, it didn't start white. So it's going to affect things. It's going to compound as I go. Okay. And that painting, it may turn out to be good, but it will never turn out to be what it could have been had I done it right from the beginning. Okay. if you ever allow yourself to think like fix it in the mix, you're doing damage to yourself. You may get that quick fix, that immediate sense of endorphins coming up that give you that excitement about feeling like you're finished. But if it's not the best that you could do, okay, then you didn't reach your potential. That song never reached its potential. And if you're not looking for that song to reach its potential, why are you even doing it? I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. Maybe you've got some good reasons. Maybe there's some out there that are perfectly valid. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you that re-record the damn thing, okay? I don't care what you've got to do, re-record it. If it's a band and something didn't sound right and you track the band live, then make the band come back, okay? Even more of a reason to get your act in gear so that when you're tracking that band, that you're doing it right to begin with. Other video, different subject, different time, got videos out there. Go watch those, okay? But fix it in the mix is not a mindset you should ever have. Never. Look, you can do it all day long. You can do whatever you choose to do, right? But you're just doing self-harm. You are not growing. You are not getting better at that. There are going to be times in this world where you don't have a choice but to fix it in the mix, okay? But those should be limited and very few and far between. Sometimes it's not practical to go back and redo something for one particular part that just isn't going to matter that much. But here's what I find with that stuff. That stuff gets compounding. Once you allow that mindset to come in, you start making exceptions at places where you shouldn't, okay? And I know maybe you're not the greatest player in the world. Maybe you're not going to capture that again. I understand that. I respect that. But if it's having a negative impact on your music, then it's not serving its purpose, okay? So let's try to get out of this mindset of fix it in the mix. Let's focus, develop your skill set for tracking, get it right either in the tracking process, whether you've mic'd and you've captured it the way you want to, the way it's going to sit right in that mix without having to do a lot of modification or affecting once you're actually in that mixing stage. You know, that could be the obstacle, okay? Or the obstacle could be maybe you're just concerned about being able to get through it and play that part and have it turn out right. Because yes, you could say, Barry, I can go back and try to re-record that again, and maybe I'm going to get a better recording of it, but my performance is nowhere near as good as the other one. So where does the lesser of evils come into play? I'm always going to argue with make it right to begin with, okay? And again, that philosophy is not always going to apply. And there's times you're going to have to make judgment calls on isolated situations and circumstances. Try to make those few and far between, okay? Try to get things recorded right. If you didn't record it, then really be thoughtful about what projects you accept, because I had that situation happen with my buddy Jeff, who went to somebody else simply because I didn't have the time. And that had nothing to do with settling. It's just the guy recording. It was a complete clueless and didn't have any idea what he was doing and just did a horrible job tracking the band. And I was finding I was having to fix almost every single track in every session. And I finally just said, Jeff, I'm not doing this, okay? I just said my buddy's name. Sorry, Jeff, I love you. But I'm not going to do this, okay? I know you want to do this, but you know, you're going to tell people that I did this and I'm not going to have that represent me. I'm just not, okay? I'm sorry. And he ended up having to go somewhere else and get it redone. So, but these are choices I make about who I am and how my work is going to be represented. You know, I don't put my stuff out there for everyone to listen to and hear for a multitude of reasons for that. A lot of times music I'm working on other people's music, and I'm not going to even approach that subject. If I'm working for somebody else, I'm not going to use their stuff for my personal gain. I'm not going to do that. And oftentimes my music is very private. Okay. It's stuff that I do for myself. And so I choose not to do that. Okay. But my work, as far as my work, when I'm doing it for other people, I take that very seriously. Okay. And that it better be right. And it better make the person happy that is asking me to do it, whether I'm doing it for free or whether I'm doing it for money. It doesn't really matter to me. It all represents who I am. Okay. And I'm not a fix it in the mix kind of guy. Okay. I will do whatever I have to in the moment, but I will try to avoid that like the plague every time I can. And I encourage you to do the same. Okay. If you like things I talk about on this channel, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I got a new video out. I try to do videos that make you think, okay, because I spend a lot of time over my journey thinking about these things. And I think the context of these discussions is more important than the subject half the time. And I think perspective is always vital. If I've given you one little thing to think about in this thought process, which quite frankly is a very simple process, but in this thought process, if I'm only giving you one thing, I've done my job. Hopefully, I've given you more than one thing to consider or think about. So, till next time, hope you have a great day. Bye bye.